You know, I'm always dealing with so many people who have come from really difficult circumstances, a difficult past, be it as a child or just, situations that arose maybe from decisions that they made. But, it's really disturbing to see how many people let their past hold them back. A lot of people just don't know how to move forward from past mistakes, from past traumas. They just shackle themselves to that past so hard. In fact, a lot of people don't know who they are without that pain. They don't know what their identity is because they have intertwined their sense of self with those mistakes in that past so much so that they have lost sight, complete sight of who they are. And they're just zoning through life, like more like zombieing through life really. And they don't know how to move forward from it because who are they without the pain? And I just want to say again, as I usually say, you are not the pain. Um, in many circumstances, when you're a child, you don't choose how people treat you. You don't choose the pain. In fact, you are in their hands. You are dependent on them, on those caregivers around you to look after you. The things you suffer as a child are not your doing. And the amount of shame and pain we carry throughout our lives for something that was simply not our doing is incredible. It's overwhelming. And I think we need to learn, continuously learn to to disassociate ourselves from the shame, from the pain, from that experience, and see it for what it is and work through those emotions so that they don't keep such a hold on us. And if you're an adult and you've made mistakes that you've paid dearly for, I just want to say that is, you are not unique in that way. Many of us do that. Many of us have done it. Many of us continue to do it because that's who we are. We're just human beings that try things. And sometimes we're ill advised. Sometimes we make the wrong decisions because we don't know who we are and we think those decisions that we make at that time will fill that void of who we're trying to become. And again, I'm saying don't beat yourself up so much. Every day you wake up and you've got breath in your bones is a day to embrace. It's a day to start afresh. It's a day to learn from the mistakes. It's a day to say, you know what, I didn't get it right. I made costly decisions, but I'm still here and I can keep pushing. I should keep pushing. And when something is the hardest, it means it's probably going to give you the most reward. It means it's probably the one thing you really should be focusing your energies on. So, I just want to give a little encouragement to every single person who's letting their past hold them back. I want you to know that there's real hope. I want you to never lose sight of that. I want you to know that it can be done. You can rise above it. You can push through it. I'm living proof, and I'm not afraid to share that with people. But I understand that as you journey through this sense of this sense of self discovery and journeying through that, and heading towards your God gifted life, the life that God meant for you to live. And we must never assume that God meant for us to live a hard life. That is not something I believe in. We must just enable ourselves and equip ourselves with the right environment, with the right thoughts, and the right predisposition. When you start to change your body language from victim to conqueror to I'm gonna rise above this, and I know it's gonna take a while. I know it's gonna take a lot of effort. I know it's gonna be painful because I have to keep going back to painful places. I can assure you that that's where your healing comes from. That's where God speaks to you in the deepest of voices, in the deepest of your core, because we are meant to live a great life. Why not? Why not us? Why must it always be other people who live a fantastic life? Why must it always be other people whose lives we enable, but we never enable ours? So, I just, it's one of those things I deal with a lot with people. And I always say people must read my book, Baked in Pain, because it's easy to think that, a person like me got to where she is, through a fantastic silver spoon. But it's not true. I've had to brave through a lot, and I continue to, because we shouldn't lie and say, those wounds of our childhood, and I think wounds that have got to do with a mother, it just cuts so deep for girls. I can't speak for men because I'm not a man, but those wounds, they just cut so deep, and every time you think they've healed, then something else happens that triggers the wound, and you realize it actually, you just learned to live with the pain, and you learned to navigate it as an adult, and that's okay. I think we all have these situations that are hard, and we have to learn to live with them somehow. Some people use things to numb the pain. I don't advocate for that whatsoever, because all you're doing is just putting a band-aid onto a problem. So we have to confront the pain. We have to confront it without fear, and with real courage of wanting to be better, and wanting to feel better, and wanting to live better, knowing that we deserve it. And please invest in your journey. Don't just ignore it. Don't believe that it's what you are meant to have, purely because people told you you'd amount to nothing. Don't believe what people say. And believe in your own voice. Listen to your own voice. Quieten the noise, and rise above it, and just listen to your own voice. And that small voice inside, the more you learn to listen to it, the louder it gets, and the more it becomes the only voice you hear, and possibly and hopefully the only guiding light. So, let's keep going. It's not always going to be easy. Journeying through a hard process means confronting your real self, means you unlocking places that you had even forgotten. It means you now have the responsibility to define who you are. It means you now have the responsibility to stop blaming others for your life and your decisions. And not everybody is up for that. Some people are just quite happy to be victims of their circumstances. I'm just saying, don't believe that you have to. You don't have to. It all starts in making the decision and connecting with that decision in your mind, and then committing to doing the work, because no one's going to do the work for you. It's one of those things only you can do. So I just want to say, must keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up at all, actually. Because there's just so much life to live. There's so much to be done. There's so much greatness, that we are yet to untap, and great potential that we are yet to realize, because we keep holding ourselves back. So please forgive yourself. Forgive the things you've believed. Forgive the things you've seen. Forgive the things you've done. Forgive the things that you've internalized, and start to unpack them and release them, and say, I can choose to be a different person. I can make it happen. I commit to it. No matter how difficult it is, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going, because we deserve this life. We deserve a rich and full life, because soon we'll be gone, and what will our legacy be? And I doubt we can have a lasting legacy if we haven't resolved ourselves. So I hope you can align your idea of self with the future life that you want, and know that you deserve it. You really do. And never shortchange yourself. Stop putting yourself at the bottom of the list and the bottom of the pile, because you think you deserve it. You think you deserve the punishment. You don't. And I'm here to tell you, you don't. And keep going. God has got you. Whoever, whatever your God is, they've got you. And you were not meant to suffer.